What would you do if love wasn't enough to keep your family together? If the ghost of the past cast a shadow on your future? This is the story of how faith, courage, and unshakable bond unraveled a cause that seemed unbreakable. The story begins with Choka narrating a haunting family tale. Decades ago, his grandfather, a wealthy cocoa merchant in the village of Arochukwu, had a bitter fallout with his closest friend, Ezenwa. The fight stemmed from a failed business deal and accusations of betrayal. In a fit of rage, Ezenwa laid a curse on Choka's grandfather. May your descendants never multiply, and may your name wither like a dying tree. For years, the curse seemed like an empty threat until Choka's parents and their 6 children began to face inexplicable fertility. Despite being happily married, none of his older siblings had been able to conceive. Whispers of the curse grew louder, and Choka, the youngest, carried the burden of breaking it. At 35, Choka meets Amara, a vibrant and compassionate young woman living in Lagos. On their third date, he opens up about his family's dark history. Choka confesses that he believes the curse can only be broken by an act of rebellion. Family's influence and providing that love and faith are stronger than any curse. Amara is both intrigued and terrified. The weight of Choka's plan feels enormous, and she wonders if she has the strength to stand by him. Her mother, Mama Nneka, advises her to pray for clarity, reminding her that true love often demands sacrifice. Choka proposes to Amara, and despite her fears, she agrees to marry him. To keep their union a secret, they plan a quiet wedding in Enugu with Choka's close friends and standing in as family. Amara's parents, though skeptical at first, eventually accept the arrangement, trusting Choka's sincerity. The ceremony is small but deeply emotional. As Amara walks down the aisle, she feels both the weight of the curse and the hope of a new beginning. Choka vows to protect her from his family's pain, promising that their love will prevail. Barely a month into their marriage, Amara discovers she's pregnant. Choka is overwhelmed with joy, but they decide to keep the news private. Amara moves back to her parents' home to avoid suspicion. For the first time in years, Choka feels a glimmer of hope that the curse might be breaking. Meanwhile, his siblings began to grow suspicious. Choka's increasing absence from family gatherings and his refusal to discuss his personal life raise questions. The tension within the family deepens. As Amara's pregnancy progresses, Choka seeks answers about the cause. He traveled back to Arochukwu to meet the oldest man in the village, Nnadi, who was a boy when the curse was laid. Nnadi reveals that Ezenwa caused the family out of jealousy and that the curse could only be broken by a descendant who would marry for pure love, free from material greed or societal pressure. This revelation strengthens Choka's resolve. He realizes that his secret marriage to Amara, rooted in genuine love and trust, might be the key to breaking the curse. Amara gives birth to a healthy baby girl, Adora. The joy is immeasurable, but Choka knows it's time to face his family. He decides to reveal the truth, hoping that his daughter's birth will bring healing and reconciliation. However, when Choka's siblings learn of his secret marriage and child, they feel betrayed. Old wounds resurface and accusations fly. Choka's elder brother Emeka insists that Choka's actions were selfish and could have worsened the curse. Choka calls a family meeting to explain his decision. He recounts the story of the curse and his journey to Arochukwu, Sharing Nadi's revelation, he begs his siblings to see that his actions were not of selfishness, but a desperate attempt to free the family from generations of pain. Amara, holding baby Adora, speaks from the heart, urging the family to let go of bitterness and embrace hope. Her words begin to soften their hearts. With time, Choka's siblings start to forgive him. They realize that their resentment has only deepened their pain and that unity is their only path forward. They agree to work together to find peace and healing. Inspired by Amara's strength, the family begins to explore both medical and spiritual solutions to their struggles. Amara introduced them to a fertility specialist in Lagos, and Choka suggests a prayer retreat in Arochukwu. The family embarks on a journey to Arochukwu to pray and reconcile with the past. At the old cocoa farm where the curse was laid, they hold a ceremony asking for forgiveness and breaking ties with the bitterness of their past. During the ceremony, Emeka's wife, Ifeoma, has a spiritual vision of a tree blossoming with fruits, a sign that the curse has been lifted. The family leaves Arochukwu with a renewed hope. Months later, Emeka's wife discovers she is pregnant, followed by another sibling's wife. The news brings the family closer, and they celebrate together for the first time in years. The curse that once loomed over them has finally been broken. Chuka and Amara decide to share their story publicly to inspire others facing similar struggles. Their journey becomes a source of hope for couples battling infertility, and they create a foundation to support families in need. Years later, Choka and Amara reflect on their journey with their children. They teach them the value of love, courage, and forgiveness, ensuring that the lessons of their story are passed down for generations.